creating events and spaces where people are reminded of what's truly important, not just the land, but also the work that we can do together. Feels like just a bunch of friends who care deeply about the buffalo and land and water and food, who come together and share and get to know each other a little bit better. And through that also build deeper connections that we can take home to our own home fires and our own families.
Indigenous people have been engaged in agriculture from the very beginning, even prior to, colonization. Agriculture is ever present within our communities. We have really large agricultural land bases, but we don't have a large number of individuals that are actually farming. So we want to start to reverse that trend. So it's both an economic question, an environmental question relating to land sovereignty and food sovereignty as well. So there's a lot that we're hoping to talk about and get out of this event by bringing people together who've been thinking about this and working on projects and initiatives within their own communities. So it's a way to bring people together who have really similar goals and interests.
So we have a youth circle, we have hands-on circle, and we have, funders in the same room so that they can actually see the value of this work, of having our ancestral practices, of having our contemporary spaces and bridging this all together.
It's really interesting to me because I want to know about healthy eating and how food can be medicine. And they're important to me because they create a lot of connection between people and organizations that might have otherwise not met, especially in Indigenous settings, organized and led by Indigenous peoples through our perspective and what we know is good for the land.
It really interests me because I'm really well connected to my roots. I help out my community anyway, and it's really important that we learn this way of life so we can pass that on down to the younger generation. Teach someone something new every day is what my ancestors would tell me, is what they'd be happy about.
How do we be in good relationship with the land? How do we be in good relationship with geese, with seeds, with soil, with buffalo? And so sometimes the smallest acts of just, having conversations and bringing people together around food are the acts that are going to help us, in the next 7 generations. And so these events are important because they bring all the people together who are doing maybe great work, and they might feel like they're out there doing it by themselves. But we're reminded that we're kind of a big community, especially here on the prairies.
I'd like to see networks being built to support knowledge sharing, learning opportunities, ways that communities are strategizing around either developing their farm operations, or for many communities who are not farming the land themselves, who are renting land out to non-Indigenous farmers, that they're able to get the most economic value out of that arrangement, that they're able to ensure that the land is being farmed using the most sustainable practices so that we don't get soil degradation or that we don't get other detrimental environmental impacts of that farming.
And I hope that that's what we're achieving, is that people leave feeling that they've gained new friends, new family, inspired by the good work that other people are doing, and that we are truly planting seeds that go out and are spread across the prairies, and that those networks are being built so that we can continue helping each other with our community projects, our gardens, or larger projects. Because, as we move forward towards climate change, I feel like it's all of these small networks of people that come together with a good heart, good mind, and put our hands, in the soil in a good way. I feel like those are the actions that are really going to make a difference, over the next 5 years, 10 years, and even, over the next generation.